Hmm. I don't know if it's got genuine on your mind. Yeah, that was my thought. But I don't think that. As a matter of fact, I think that a lot of times people are afraid to dream big. It's actually something that I like saying to dream with grandeur. They will, they will oftentimes, let's say for instance, you have like $10,000 in your bank account or whatever, and that's it. And you want to build a business or something. And they'll be like, oh, well, I only have this much to dream with, you know? I don't think that people so much, um, you know, that dreaming too big is the problem. I think that a lot of times people dream small because they're afraid, you know. Yes, he may have had that dream and it was kind of small, but it wasn't really, if you think about it. It initially began as just selling books across the internet. That's a pretty big thing, or it was a pretty big thing for its time period, you know. And so it was actually a grand understanding for its time period, and it grew into something more. I think people a lot of times they're afraid of dreaming big, and they get afraid of changes when it comes to big dreams, you know. And so I don't think it's so much about, you know, starting small or dreaming small, but I do think that small things can become grand, you know, if you give it a chance to. But I also don't necessarily believe in holding on too heavily to a specific understanding when it comes to dreaming your world into being. It's Spirit did this thing where it gave me a lot of different dreams or business understandings that it was wanting me to create, but then it would put this energy in me of like releasing it and letting it go. And it did it over and over until I was detached from it. So I wouldn't make it, you know, my baby or my cornerstone. And I like to say that, you know, your dream should never be your cornerstone. You are your cornerstone to your dreams. You are the most solid understanding. The dream is can be more easily shifted. So yeah, I don't think it's so much about the dreaming that you need to dream small, but be not afraid to dream big in a sense, you know? And that child sense, when you were a child, nobody ever told you, oh, you know, if you're outside playing with mud, that, you know, it's just mud. You could imagine it was whatever you wanted it to be. And so I think it's more like dreaming as a child dreams in big ways. And, you know, they sometimes dream crazy, you know, and dream grand. And so do that, dream grand, and trust that spirit is listening, because those dreams are a manifestation. And as you dream in that way, guess what? You are manifesting that understanding into being. And all that it will take after you've dreamed, you got to be willing to dream big first, is the practical understanding, you know? So the next step might be to begin to write it down. And then after that, there'll become other steps. But you don't do all the steps at once. Maybe the first step is just to dream big and dream with grandeur, and then take that second step. Because I've dreamed a lot before I put the pen to paper. Mud was everything. Yeah, yeah, mud was definitely everything. So yeah, I think that's really it. Just don't be afraid to dream big. Mm. And at the same time, remember, don't be afraid of them changing and transforming either. Because again, like I've had dreams or understandings given to me by spirit. And then I felt like it kind of like took those understandings away and then gave it back to me, kind of like a little bit mixed up differently, but better and more efficient. So sometimes that's necessary too. So don't necessarily hold on to it too tightly. Let it be what it is, you know, a dream that can be more easily transformed. Yeah, I think over the next few years, we're going to see a lot of interesting dreams come into fruition, you know, for the betterment overall. I mean, in some sense. I think that's why people may feel so stressed or worried and afraid at this time, because they don't know that these things are coming. But, you know, it takes time. Hey, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a question you would like to ask or would like the opportunity to receive a one-on-one session, please check out the links in this video's description to sign up for a free session or submit a question.